What is the purpose of man? First, to live in union with God. Second, to be a dependent creature upon God. Third, man created incomplete. Another important aspect concerning man that must be understood is that man was created as an incomplete creature. This means that God did not create man to be complete within himself. Had he made man complete, then there would be no reason or need of man to seek a Savior and God. This incomplete is like an empty void in man. That void produces emptiness and unfulfillment in man that causes him to seek after the one that can fill it. That empty void is a Christ-shaped void, and the only one that can fill it is Christ himself in human being. Paul says in Colossians chapter 2 verse 10, "And you are complete in him." That means that all human beings without Christ are incomplete creatures. It also means that the only way we can be complete is by Christ in us. Most every testimony a believer gives of his life before Christ is one of emptiness, seeking after the things in the world, trying to fill that longing in their heart. Man is on an aggressive search, constantly seeking after things that will fill that emptiness and void in his life. That is what causes man to become alcoholics, drug addicts, workaholics, etc. They live their lives with a constant emptiness, searching and frustrated, doing everything they can to fill it. The things of this world can never bring true spiritual contentment and fulfillment. They only temporarily satisfy, which causes him to become addicted and to seek that which brings temporarily satisfaction every day. God placed that void in man so that it would cause him never to be content within himself, rather than to cause him to seek after the only one that could bring contentment and fulfillment. If God originally made man complete, then there would never really be a need for anyone else. In that manner, it would make it almost impossible to get man to seek after God and to need one another. Man in general is likened unto the young woman that is seeking after the man she will marry to bring true fulfillment in her life. She knows that she is incomplete without a husband and will never be satisfied staying single, because deep down inside of her is this longing to be joined to another to make her life fulfilled and complete. In John chapter 15, we read about the parable of the vine and branches. It says that we are the branches. God created us likened unto a branch. That branch is not complete within itself. Man is only the branch and was created for the purpose of being joined to the vine. Jesus said, "I am the vine, you are the branches. He that abides in me and I in him brings much fruit, for without me you can do nothing." Man is a branch-like creature that is not complete within himself. The only way he can become what God has intended and created him to be is for him to be joined to the vine and become totally dependent upon him. For man to do anything apart from Christ is in vain and fruitless. Fourth one, man a dwelling place of God. One of the most important aspects of man's uniqueness is that God created man to be his dwelling place. We often think of heaven as the dwelling place of God, or perhaps the church building or temple. But the Apostle Paul discovered perhaps the greatest, most glorious truth in the entire universe. He discovered that God created man to be the very place in which he would inhabit. "You are the temple of the living God. I will dwell in them and walk among them. I will be their God, and they will be my people." This literally means that God has created man as a dwelling place for him to live in. This does not mean to say that God is not in heaven also. Rather, it shows us that he created man like no other creature, and no other creature has this very purpose that man has. This is God's ultimate intention. Paul calls us temples of the living God. We often think of the church building as the temple of God, when in truth Acts chapter 7 verse 48 says that the Most High does not dwell in temples made with hands. Religion has tempted to make the building as the dwelling place of God, and therefore has put all its money, energy, and work in building a large edifice for God, totally ignoring and abusing the true temple of God. This is our high calling and purpose in life, to be a living tabernacle for God to dwell. To God be the glory. God bless you.